If we move to a different soil, an Ashley Dene soil, we can see that the Ashley Dene soil profile is quite different. We still have about 30% soil moisture content in the top, but it drops very quickly down from about half a metre to 0.75 a metre. The blue dots are showing us that there's not much soil moisture at that depth anyway. And that indicates to us the high stone content that there is in an Ashley Dene soil. So even in 2014, when we had a reasonable amount of soil moisture, this Ashley Dene soil was still only holding 336 millimetres. About 150 odd mils might be available to the plants to be able to grow in the spring. If we look at what happened in 2015 in this soil, we see a similar sort of pattern. There's not much difference between 2014 and 2015 because it doesn't take as much to recharge the soil profile when it's full of stones. The bucket is much smaller. And if we again look at what happens in 2016, if we look at the data from the 26th of July, we can see that essentially the red squares are on top of the yellow triangles, which are on top of the blue dots. And they are all saying that that profile is full, it's got as much moisture as it can hold. So if we get more rainfall in this environment, actually that rain is just going to drain out the bottom of the profile. It's much more important on a shallow soil to see how much moisture you get in the growing season. So for an Ashley Dene stony soil, the Lismore stony soil, the most important thing for lucerne or a pasture is in-season rainfall. Once the pasture starts growing in August, September, it's the rainfall we get through August, September, October that refills the bucket quickly that gives us the length of growing season. So there's not a lot of difference of the available soil moisture in our deep soils and our shallow soils coming into the spring in 2016 because the deeper soil has not had enough soil moisture to fill up its bucket. So essentially all the soils that we're looking at around Lincoln at the moment are going to be acting in a similar manner to this Ashley Dene very stony soil. So in-season rainfall through September, October, November will dictate how much soil moisture we have available to us, how much the lucerne can grow, and therefore what production we can expect off it. But anybody expecting their lucerne to get them out of jail this year or to give them a whole lot of feed through the spring, if they're in an area that's similar to us that's had below average rainfall, that's not going to happen and they need to plan accordingly.